ladies and gentlemen, EQA Nostalgia here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. This is one of those games that was unveiled at E3, and it just didn't get a lot of buzz. It's not, I mean, let's face it, it's not Call of Duty, it's not Star Wars Battlefront, it's not Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's just a really good shooter. It didn't get a lot of coverage, and, the first one didn't either, which is really unfortunate because it's my favorite online multiplayer shooter since SOCOM 2. And I've talked about it several times on this channel in an attempt to get people interested in it because it really is a great game. All of the DLC that came out for it was completely free, which is something that, it's kind of unheard of. We don't see a lot of that. Each and every DLC pack that came out, free for the community. And it added a lot of good stuff. More classes, more maps and stuff like that. Different game modes. It was just awesome. And the game, it's out right now. Obviously, the first it's been out for over a year. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 isn't coming out for about another year. So there's a decent 2-year gap there. They're not just cranking these out like they seem to do with like Battlefield and Call of Duty. It's not like a huge title, but it definitely did pick up some interest, and it's done pretty well for itself. I think they've made a pretty decent amount of money. At least, they made enough to make it worthwhile to come out with a sequel, so obviously they're doing something right. So what we're seeing with the sequel here is more playable classes. And the original classes are still there. All the variants are still there. But the most interesting thing to me is that the zombies are now on the defensive and the plants are on the offensive. And this is something that I was asking for a while ago on the forums. We always had a co-op garden ops mode, but we never had a graveyard ops mode. So now we're finally going to be getting that. And the new classes look really cool. I'm very interested in playing them. It's always nice to see that kind of stuff. So this is something that it just expands upon it, which naturally that's what a sequel is going to do anyways. It's using the same engine. It looks like everything looks pretty much the same, aside from the fact that there's new maps, new modes, and new characters. One of the things that people complained about, and I can't really say I blame them, is there was no way to play the game offline. You couldn't just play a solo match or a co-op match offline. You had to be online, and you had to have like Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus for PS4. If you had it on PS3, obviously you didn't have to pay for it, but on PC, same thing. You didn't have to. Naturally, you don't have to pay for anything. You just play the game. But it's cool that they're offering that offline mode because some people, that's all they want to do, especially the younger kids. Some of them don't go online. They might just want to play with their parents or their friends or something like that. So it is nice that they're offering that. They definitely heard people's cries about that, so it's always good to see them listening. So let's talk about the characters. The Imp, he's kind of like a really fragile character. He's also really agile. They say he's the most agile out of all the zombie types, but he also has a Z-Mech that he can utilize, which probably is going to give him a lot of health, and it's kind of like the complete opposite of what he is when he isn't in the mech itself. So that is interesting to play a character that's going to be like kind of two different characters in one. Then we have Captain Deadbeard, and he looks like he's going to be kind of like the opposite of the Cactus. He does have some range. I was reading that he's going to be like a ranged character, but he's also going to have a lot of burst up close. So for those of you out there who got tired of the Cactus being able to snipe you, all he could really do was kind of play. I believe there was a variant for the Foot Soldier where you could zoom in and stuff, but finally it looks like we're officially getting a zombie that can snipe. And then we have Super Brains, and there's not much to say about Super Brains. He's a superhero. He does superhero stuff. You can see him running in front here. He's able to punch at close range, and he also has a laser that he can use for distance. Now, they're not really saying much about the plant side of things right now. I am looking on the official site, and there's no description for what the plants can do. But one of the plants is known as Citron. It's an orange, and it's kind of like a turret-looking thing. It reminds me of the Droidicas from Star Wars Battlefront. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to dish out a lot of damage, but not be quite as mobile when they're doing it. That's just a guess. I don't have any idea because, like I said, there's nothing on there to talk about what they can do. And next up we have Rose, which obviously she's a rose, and it looks like she has some sort of magical abilities. She might be something that can't take a lot of damage but can dish it out like a glass cannon. That's just a thought. Again, speculation. And last but not least, we have Colonel Korn, and he's a total mystery to me. I'm not sure what this guy can do. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of like really bursty damage. I'm not certain. But I remember thinking, how come they don't have a Korn character in the game? It would be cool if they did that. Because obviously, I've played Plants vs. Zombies 1 and 2, just the originals. So I thought it would be interesting to see something like that. I was hoping we would see like a watermelon type character. Maybe later down the line they'll add something like that. I don't know. This is all speculation. But it is really exciting to see these new classes. Like I said, there's gonna be new maps and new modes. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. Now, just in case you're someone who's into the lore of this game, because they do have a little bit of that going on, the zombies have conquered in the previous game. They've kind of been whooping ass. So now it's up to the plants to invade them. So that's how they got to that point. Another thing that is definitely worth mentioning is that most of the characters, it doesn't say all of them, but most of the characters that you've unlocked in the previous Plants vs Zombies are going to carry over into Plants vs Zombies 2. So that's really good news, and that should give some of you guys, if you're interested in part 2 and haven't played the original, that should give you some incentive to get in there and start playing. And just to wrap things up, I want to say I did go out and purchase the game again. I've now officially purchased it 3 times. I had it on Xbox 360, then I got it on PlayStation 4, and now I got it on PC. It was on sale on Origin, so I dropped the $10 to get it. So all in all, I did spend a little bit of money on coins on the PlayStation 4 version. I've probably spent over $100 on this game, which does not bother me at all. I just consider it giving them money and supporting them because they've made an amazing shooter. Anybody who's interested in playing this with me on PC, I encourage you to do so. You can, like I said, you can get it on Origin. I know it's not the most popular platform. A lot of people don't like Origin, but I will definitely be interested in playing with people. I play it all the time. I absolutely love it. It's an amazing game. Now, just one more thing. I've not really messed with Origin at all. I'm pretty sure you can add me based on my name, just like you could on Steam. So I'm going to go ahead and leave my Origin name down there. Go ahead and add me if you're interested in playing. Send me a message if you can. Let me know that you're one of my subscribers. Random invites. You know how it is. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.